the title is not clickbait. I'm just going to start off by saying that
It's
because I'm
not.
sure some people are going to think that, it's just another clickbait title. But this is our goodbye episode, the
It
end of
is.
a short era, 6 months.
6 months, end of Press Escape.
Hello, you want up? Come here. It's, oh man, don't worry. We'll talk about as much as we can, but there's obviously a lot of stuff that we can't mention in regards to like our businesses and stuff. Come here, come.
Businesses or personal life, just gonna put everything that we can out there that doesn't implicate anything or anyone.
Yeah, but we debated on whether we wanted to film a goodbye episode, and I just wanted it to be very clear that this was a mutual decision, and we want you guys to see that, we're still very much so friends.
We're still friends, we're still
Look at
mutuals.
this guy. But yeah, I guess we should start with our reasonings, right? So.
Okay.
I'll try to explain what I can. I feel like I'm not the most well-spoken person, but like if you
I could take the lead. So
yeah,
a big thing that we came to the conclusion on, just because everything got really muddy at a certain point, is that one of our final calls between Ray and I was that it was our businesses that have to be taken care of right now.
Yeah.
Longevity-wise, we just saw that we kind of abandoned our own businesses
Yep.
for this podcast. And long term, when it comes to Hi Studios or Tiny Protectors,
we've just had to split our priorities entirely, and I'm not gonna lie, doing this podcast together, I don't regret it. It was one of those things that we had to do to see how it was gonna play out. And I think we both had big hopes and dreams. We were dedicated to this. We
dedicated.
loved this. It was so much fun. But in reality, both of our businesses, with Tiny Protectors and Hi Studios. Okay, this is crazy, Mika. Okay, with Tiny Protectors and Hi Studios, there is so much crazy stuff that's been happening, and I wish we can talk about it, but I realized it's going to be taking way more of my attention than I had anticipated, and also not just Hi Studios, but even, for example, the past 2 weeks, we had to miss our last episode because,
Yeah.
and I was thinking like, hopefully we could film like a solo episode or like have a guest episode and one of us can be missing, but we were just both so busy, we ended up missing a week. And we've just talked about the longevity of with work getting busier and busier.
It's going to keep getting busier and busier. And a lot of that was being pushed to the side for the podcast.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of studying. My internal team was like, where were you for like 4 months?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't responding to them as much. And I think unknowingly, I put my own business to the side. And it felt kind of like shitty knowing that and like talking to Ray on one of our final calls.
When she said that, I was like, girl, no, the podcast should be your third or fourth priority
Yeah.
because Tiny Protectors is a gem and I would not want you to jeopardize that in any way. And the fact that your team came to you and asked like, where have you been is,
Yeah.
I think that's a sign,
It's one of, and you felt the same way similarly with Hi Studios, where
Yes.
with some things that can't be said.
Yes, I
it was-
can't say exactly what's going on, but Hi Studios, we have like 4 insane opportunities and business endeavors that are happening for the company. And one of those things I put off for 3 months. And I realized like, wow, I can't be putting off stuff like this because there's people waiting on me. There's a bunch of crew and it's just, I realized like, oh, our podcast is not the priority, right?
I think that we just became so hyper fixated on making it work and having
Yeah.
things be perfect that in return, it kind of sabotaged our own businesses. And that is not nice to look back at.
It's not.
Be-
Also, another thing. Oh, was there something you wanted to add to that?
Oh no, I was just like similarly too. Like there were opportunities, and there still are, that I was like, I am not going to focus on that, because the way my mind works is when I want to prioritize something, I kind of forget everything else.
Yeah.
So
You
definitely in a
do it.
similar
And
boat.
you did. Like you were doing interviews, like you were always like willing to travel here like at least twice a month. And that's another thing with the traveling. Like Lisa's not the only one traveling a ton. I am as well. And we're just trying to figure out like how are we going to backlog these episodes? Because a lot of these other podcasts, they film an episode every week. They're able to talk about current events. They're able to talk about personal things that are happening in our life. But in reality, we can't do that because a lot of our businesses is so top secret.
A lot of businesses and just personal life is just something that we want to keep off the radar.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, we can't even talk about that. And so since we can't backlog duo episodes, which is something that Lisa also was anticipating a lot more of.
Yeah.
So what you wanted from this podcast was
I
more duo
did.
episodes, less guest episodes, right?
Yeah.
And I leaned more into guest episodes because it was easier to backlog because guest episodes are more timeless. It felt like you could really, I could film an episode with a guest and then we can upload that a month later.
Yeah.
But when it comes to podcasting, it feels like even that wasn't realistic because I feel like losing more time doing those duo episodes. Is that the right way? I think that's not the right way to say that. When we aren't able to spend time doing more duo episodes, I feel like we lose what Press Escape is.
Yeah.
And then we become a host podcast.
That was one of my gripes with it, is that I know that we came into this actually when we first started talking about doing more duo episodes, talking about a line list of things to do. And I do think that having more duo episodes strengthens the vision of Press
I agree.
Escape. But the reality of the situation is that a lot of scheduling, a lot of everything is just kind of mixed up between our schedules.
Yes.
So it's something that just wasn't quite realistic.
Yeah. It sucks because we both loved this so much and it was so much fun. And I think it was one of those things that you just kind of have to do to see how it plays out. But yeah, I don't know, like maybe in like 10 years when we're retired or something.
I know.
But I feel like we're the type of people that are just never gonna retire. You know what I mean?
I'm never gonna retire.
I know.
I don't
feel
regret
like I'm
it.
not either.
I don't regret Press Escape. It's taught me a lot.
I learned a lot too.
It's made me more conversational and it's gotten me ready for other opportunities. So I'm glad that it happened.
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely just a step. And, it's one of those things where if it's not working out, it's either let go or be dragged. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, we had this as a learning experience and now we are in another place where we learn from it. And that's good. It doesn't need to end sour. It doesn't need to end bad.
Doesn't.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And at the end, I'm tearing up already. And I'm just like really, like, I'm proud of you. I'm so glad we got to hang out as much as we could. I think that's one of the things I'm going to miss the most is I was like doing so well
No,
too.
you were. Your eyes are like tearing. I was like, oh no.
The thing I'm gonna miss the most is being able to see you more often because obviously you don't live in LA. And so being able to like come here and look forward to filming together and catching up and stuff has been so much fun.
It's been really fun getting to know each other on a personal level, like especially you and how your mind works. And it's such a special mind.
You taught me so much. Like,
no, you
I've
taught me
learned
so much too. Just our communication. Yeah. So.
Oh my God. It's bittersweet because when behind the scenes, like I know the stuff that's happening with her business, I'm so excited for you. There's so many incredible things that both of us are looking forward to. And I'm excited to support you along the way. And is there anything you can mention? Like, you guys gotta check out Tiny Protectors and you guys gotta follow her business because there's gonna be some really incredible things coming in the future, far future, close future?
Close future. In the next I think next 2 months, but yeah, I'm really, oh my gosh, my mind is like hazy now because you're like tearing up.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. But what were we talking about?
Just like things that you're looking forward to that you can kind of mention about your businesses, but not leak.
I can't.
It's hard, right?
It's hard to mention anything because even if there's a little bit, it could be jeopardizing.
Yes.
So I wish I could. I wish I could say some things, but I can't.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. This isn't the last time you're going to see me.
It's not. I guess also in regards to the future, obviously I feel like Press Escape isn't Press Escape without Lisa, which so I'm gonna personally go on a hiatus as well. Not just because I feel like it's not the same without her, but I also I'm just too busy.
You're so busy, and I'm really glad, guys. You have to. If you guys knew what she was doing, she is like juggling like 5, 6, 7, 8 different jobs right now.
But it's fun.
It's fun, and you're doing
really
something
fun.
that it speaks to you, and it makes you feel more excited for life.
Like I feel like these companies are like our babies,
It's our
right?
babies. It's our
And
babies,
we've kind of like
100%.
punted our baby off to the side to work on like um what's a
To work
good
on-
comparison, like is this our goldfish? I don't know. Not that you
We put
should.
it to, it's not that we don't think
is a bad
slowly. No,
comparison.
it's no, you did good. But
like-
it's just okay.
By the way, Samson is here with us.
What's up, guys?
Ooh, flip to your cam. Yeah,
Hi, guys.
Mauricio
Crazy.
is unable to be here today. But yeah, Emily's here as well, and it's just we're
Is it a secret you're here as well?
Oh
or
yeah,
can-
my best friend Aisha is here as well.
Aisha's here as well.
Aisha's-
So we got like a full room today. But yeah, I don't even remember what we were talking about before.
It's
I
just
got
a
so
bittersweet.
sidetracked.
No, it's fine. It's just a bittersweet moment because it came. I just feel like it happened in such a short, long time frame. I don't know.
It's like as we kept going these past like 6 months, we started seeing like time management was a big thing, and communication, like trying to figure out scheduling, like, oh, we should fit in a duo episode, like, oh, but we can't film, so we need to do more guest episodes so we could backlog more. And the backlogging is just, even with guests, like they can't even talk about current things either
Yeah.
because their episode doesn't come out for like 3 weeks.
Mhm.
And so it's just, I guess we both like envisioned a pod where we would film every week. We could talk about, like come in, talk about something that happened like yesterday and talk about like things that we're doing business wise, but realize like we can't even talk about that.
We can't
really.
even talk
So,
about that. So it was just, it puts us in a place where what do we talk about? And it's things that it doesn't really feel worth, like just, it wouldn't take up an hour of time to talk about it.
Yeah. And so we became a hosting podcast where we have guests on, and I agree with Lisa. I think that having that duo dynamic and like having a core to Press Escape is more important than, having just guests on repeatedly, because then it's like, who are we?
Yeah.
We're
But-
just a hosting podcast. Like, where's the
We're like Jay
where's
Leno
the-
late night talk show
Yeah,
host.
I know. It's like, I don't want to be a talk show host. Like, I
But-
want to be able to yap about everything, but when everything is so secret, it's like, man.
Everything, it made sense why we had to do the guests though. Just
Yeah.
because
And
everything
it
in
was
our-
fun.
it
Like,
was
it was really fun.
It was fun meeting the different people, especially in your circle. Like I want, like just meeting them and seeing how the way of life is and the different endeavors that they have to do in tandem with streaming or content creating. It was very inspiring.
Yeah.
So I'm
We
grateful.
learned a lot about everybody that we've had on, which was really great.
Yeah, it was really great.
Oh yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier. As for the future of this pod, I mentioned earlier, I definitely going to be taking a hiatus. Don't know when I'll be back. I don't know if we keep Press Escape. Do we rebrand? I don't know if I do it solo. And
I'll
I just-
support you in anything you do.
But like, I think I see a vision where like in 10 years, imagine we can talk about all the things that have happened with your businesses
I
and
know.
like catch up.
All the
and
contracts are up, NDAs are up. We can
Like-
just talk about anything.
this would be ideal if we could do this once a month. You know what
I
I,
know,
mean?
yeah.
But that's just not realistic.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's not,
yeah.
but we tried our best.
Yeah.
And it was just there was some hiccups on the way, and ultimately this just feels like the best course of action.
yeah. Because at first it felt like we were doing this as a hobby, right? We were doing this for fun, but then it started becoming stressful trying to figure out when we can film together.
Yeah.
Like finding guests when like we want to do like dual episodes, and
Yeah.
like feeling like we had to do it a certain way because of the backlogging, and making this more of a priority over our businesses. So
Yeah.
that's what happened. That's
That's what-
what's happening.
That's just how it played out. Obviously,
Yeah.
like the time management was unrealistic at this
Yeah.
point, especially with everything speeding up in both of our businesses and our personal lives. Like it has to come to a halt.
Yes, I agree. But anyways, thank you guys so much for supporting this fun short chapter, 6 months of
I know.
trying out podding. I'm very proud that we put our all into it though. Like we
did.
tried.
We tried.
and
I have so much Milano boards and research about all of Ray's friends at this point. I'm like, damn. But we tried it.
we
and
did. And it was a learning lesson.
It was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. But yeah, thank you guys for supporting.
Thank
And
you.
obviously, we will be the Patreon. We will be refunding the past month. Are we able to do that? Refund the past month, or is it we just like end it, or how does that work? We'll figure something out for the Patreon enjoyers. You will be updated through the community Discord. We are still trying to figure out the best way to maneuver that. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
Nothing else. Just I'm very grateful for Press Escape and everything it's taught me in the last month, not only just business-wise, but personally as well. And yeah, it was a good time. What about
Yeah.
you?
It almost feels like a fever dream. It
It
went
does.
by so fast.
It went by like just by a snap.
It did, and you know, I'm glad we tried it, because I feel like there was a world where, because I've been wanting to do a podcast for so many years. I've mentioned it like for the past like 3 years of like, oh, it'd be so fun to do a pod, and now I think if we didn't do this, I would have wondered forever, like, what? Oh man, I should have done a podcast 20 years ago or something. But
I think it's better to try something, and I don't think it was failed because there was lessons that we learned.
yeah,
And there was
no,
things that we gained from it. So you tried it, and then you'll never have that itch again.
yeah. I
And
think also I didn't expect the stuff that's happening with Hi Studios to go the way that is going, and it just is requiring my attention way more than I ever anticipated. So that's just also shocking to me. Like I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to be this busy. It's crazy, and it's more outside of that as well. Like I've done 3 business opportunities in the past like 2 weeks, and I can't even talk about any of it. It's crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a broken record now.
No, you're not. No, you're just explaining the reality of the situation of we just have so many different things
Yeah.
coming up, and it sucks because that is what a podcast is people just like word vomit everything that's going on in their lives, but we can't do that.
You want to be as open and candid as possible, and be able to like I want to just like call her at midnight and be like, hey, ooh, this thing happened today. Let's meet up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and talk about it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
we can't do that. So thank you guys. Thank you
I know.
supporting both of us.
Thank you.
Please follow Hi Studios and Tiny Protectors,
Yeah.
and keep up with alythuh on all socials, TikTok,
know.
Instagram, all that whole shebang. And it feels wrong to like end it. You know what I
I
mean?
know it does. It does. It's okay.
It's okay. All right. Well,
We'll see
I
you
guess
guys
this is our
later. Thank
final
you.
walkout.
This is our final walkout.
I feel sick. Oh my God.
Quick stall some more.
All right, our final
I know, our
walkout.
final
Ah!
Okay, thanks guys for watching.
Thank you so much, guys, and take care.
I know, take care. Bye guys.
Bye.
You guys should press the escape.
Oh God. Well, we're escaping.
We're escaping.
That's so sad.